Today is March 27th. We're back at Rock Cut State Park. We're up in the northwest quadrant. We're parked here, not far from the 173 entrance. We're going to go in at the horse entrance here, and we're going to hike on the horse trails. We haven't done this in a while because they've been closed for skiing for the summer or for the season, but there's not much snow left, so I don't think there's any skiing involved anymore. Now the signs are down, at least at the entrance here, saying it's for skiing. I'm guessing the skiers have given up for the year. Well, I like these ski trails, or these horse trails in here. At least I do. I don't think Wilma really cares one way or the other. She just likes to get out. It's about 1:45. We're coming in here. Down there is the mosquito pond. There's, 5 cars in the parking lot. I guess other people's out getting some hiking in. It's up in the upper 30s, so it's not real cold. It's kind of windy. I brought my gloves in my pack just in case, and I'm wearing my long johns. It gets a little chilly out here with the wind. Plus I have my heavy jeans on, and they're not the warmest. Get a little wind in there. Actually downright cold. So I figure we'll be okay. Might end up having to put my hat up over my ears though, because it's a little windy and my ears are a little chilly. We're going to head up this way towards 173 along the main park road. We're probably about 100 yards in from the road. We've been this way before. We're going to take the fork to the left here at A14. A14 kind of goes back to the main road there. We don't really want to go that way. Eventually it gets there anyway. Kind of muddy. Better to walk on the grass by the side than in the mud, I think. Our intrepid creek beagle doesn't seem to care about the mud that much. I don't think there have been any horses out yet this year. I don't think they let them back in until most of the mud is dried up. I don't know if you can see it, but there are some boot prints out here. And dog prints. Well, somebody's had their dog out here. Well, there's a little bit of ice left on the trail. I think this is the first ice or snow we've seen since we got on. Out there is 173. We're just kind of tracking along 173, going more or less west. The trail isn't exactly straight one way or the other, but it's a nice trail. It meanders around a little bit, but this part of it mostly goes along the road. But there's quite a bit of foliage between us and the road. In summer you can't really see much because the foliage comes in, but this time of year, until it gets green again, you can see the houses over there. Here are the cars. It's actually a lot quieter in here once the trees start to get some leaves on them. And up here there's mostly evergreens, so once you get into where the evergreens are, it's noticeably quieter. There's a nice open area. It goes all the way out to the road. Back there is the tree that woman I hid under. I think it was the day before Thanksgiving when it started to rain while I got my emergency poncho on. Yeah, this is the power lines here. They go east and west across the park. We're going to head west on the power lines. This is the way that we came from. You probably see in the background a bunch of houses on the other side of 173. That's marker E26. There's some dog poop. It's full of corn. I wonder if it's a coyote poop. I don't know if that's the same jogger or not. Now here at 827, there's a little section that seems to go back up to the northwest we're going to follow. I think it's the little loop shown on the map. The hiker said this is, or the jogger said this is his first time here, and he was a little nervous about getting lost. I told him not to worry about it too much. Told him the power lines are all head straight east and west, and he's only a couple hundred yards south of 173, which you can hear all the traffic, so it's not real hard to find your way back from here, even though some of the trails are a little tough to make sense out of when you're walking on them. They make more sense on the map, because on the map they're a lot straighter. They don't go around in circles. For a while the sun went behind the clouds and couldn't see my shadow. I was tempted to get my compass out, but you can see the sun's come out again, and we're headed north, about to turn to the northwest. Yeah, some leftover horse poop from last year. Kind of surprised that the forest critters don't get it. Nice little forest area. Although we're getting pretty close to 173. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but there's quite a bit of traffic noise. This is the second one of these really muddy spots that we've come to. They don't bother Willie any. And a good way of getting around some of them. But Willie doesn't care. She likes to drink out of them anyway. Ooh, there's a little bit of ice left. A little loop that we took. There's an old fence line. Kind of headed, I don't know, northeast. Wilma's in a big hurry. She always seems like she's in a big hurry. More mud. Seems to be quite a bit of it back in here. I think maybe we can walk around the tree and at least I can get out of most of the mud. Willie doesn't seem to care. Get out of that mud. Look at that. I guess she wants some water. I didn't realize it, but this is actually flowing water and not standing water. If you can see those pink or purple or red markers in the foreground, beyond them another 100 yards or so is just 173. You can maybe hear the traffic. Might be able to see something moving past there now and then. That's cars. There's the mud beagle. No, don't get over there. Oh, jeez. Hill, the last 100 yards or so. This area of the park kind of has a lot of up and downs. I don't think there's 50 or certainly no more than 100 feet difference between highest elevation and the lowest elevation, but it sure seems like it sometimes. There's a big horse poop. I don't know where that came from. Maybe from one of the trees. Somebody just moved it over off the side. It's pretty fresh. Speaking of fresh, yeah, somebody painted a root yellow. I've seen that in other places. I guess they do it to warn people there's something they might trip over. Seems kind of silly to me, but I don't know. It's a forest, there's roots, rocks. They don't paint the rocks. Here's a red and a white and a blue marker. They're stapled on there. Oh, they are drinking straws. What those are for? Maybe they have races back in here. The main trail seems to go that way. And this little spur goes this way. I don't think either one of them is on the map. This is kind of north and west. We'll see which way it goes. Oh, there's another root somebody painted yellow. And I can see behind the tree there, I can see the power lines. Here's the beagle giving a big push to go. First I thought this tree had fallen on the path, but the path turns and goes around this little clump of trees some. The path down there, and there's a little bit of a ravine or drainage ditch, creek. You see a couple of big chunks of concrete down there. Lily's in a hurry still, so as usual. There's another ravine. I don't think it's the same ravine as we went by before, but it's hard to tell. I've been going around in circles. This is a kind of a nice trail. It doesn't look like it's been used by a whole lot of horses. I don't see a whole lot of footprints on it either, so we might have been the first people in here this year. I don't know if that's a footprint or not. Might be left over from last year. It's pretty indistinct. This is pretty cool. Well, there's some horse poop here. So somebody's been horsing back in here. Looks like it's been there a while. No, you don't need to eat that. This tree looks like it's been across the path for a while. It heads south. This one heads kind of northwest. I think we'll head this way. Been a pretty good trail so far. There are a number of trees over the path though. I don't know if this is a fork in the trail. Kind of looks like it. Not one that's used a lot. And then this one seems to be the main trail. Although that one kind of goes north. Yeah, let's go that way. Let's see what happens. Might have been a road at one time. There's a spot in the forest where there's no trees. It's on a kind of a straight line. Probably goes out to 173. There's another tree that's down. But, you know, it either fell off the trail or somebody pushed it off the side of the trail. It's not the only one. Not unusual to see piles of brush like this that have obviously been piled there by somebody. The trail makes a bit of a switchback here. I can see blue and pink streamers over there. I'm guessing this pile of debris is here to tell people to turn and not go that way, which is kind of northwest, and this way is kind of back in the southwest direction. Fortunately, I can still see my shadow, so that way is pretty much north. That way is northwest. This is more west and southwest. Alright, Willie wants to go. Headed north again. I can see 173. I've been able to hear traffic. There's a couple cars coming by. I'm not sure exactly where we are. We must be up in the far northwest corner of the park. I'm not sure how far west we are. This is a neat feature of Willie's new leash. It has a little spring-loaded hook on it. So you can tie her to a tree. Of course, if she pulls on the tree, you know, the tree goes with her. I had to stop to change the memory card. I don't know if you, how much of the last snippet got caught, but we're in the far northwest corner of the park. There's, I can see the Showplace Theaters, although I guess it's got a new name, and 173, so we're pretty close to Perryville here. And we're headed back south. Someone's been doing trail maintenance in here. You can see where they've broken off some of the branches and tossed them alongside the trail. There's more streamers in here. Willie just is in a hurry. There's Showplace Theater up in the background there, and you can see traffic on 173. I think that fenced in thing is a gas utility something, substation or whatever the heck they call it. Getting really, really close to Perryville. A few minutes ago I had to change the memory card. It ran out. I checked the GPS after that. It said we had gone just over 2 miles. Which, you know, it's right around 3 o'clock then. It's about 3:09 now, but ooh, more trees over the path. Blue streamers, pink paint. Must be an important spot to somebody. Here's another fork in the trail. That one heads back maybe in the direction we came from. Might have been the trail that we saw. We're kind of heading south here, more or less into the sun. Although we keep changing directions, so it's hard to tell exactly where we are. But now we're headed kind of east. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. This is where we came out of the forest, back out into this open field. We're back underneath the power lines here. That way is west. Some straw. Probably an old deer blind. We've seen quite a few of those. I think this is what they call the prairie restoration area. I think that means they plant weeds, or they just don't do anything and let whatever weeds want to come up. You know, that was a very, very nice walk in the forest. I like that. That's my kind of trail. Someone left a spool of cable out here. Too heavy to carry back. Now we're headed west. Can't be very far from Perryville Road. I think that those metal towers there are the ones that go across Perryville. Not sure. There is Perryville Road. We're going to turn and head south on the road. I guess this looks like it might have been a farm road at one time. I see more mud up there. There's a lot of that in here right now. Not yet, but up there on the hilltop you can maybe see a bunch of straw. Another deer blind, I guess. Kind of surprised the critters in here don't eat that stuff in the winter. Through the brush you can see OSF Center for Health over there. The American flag. Pretty breezy, I guess. It's going pretty good. For those of you who aren't from this area, OSF Center for Health is right on the corner of 173 and Perryville. Oh, there's some mud. The creek beagle likes mud puddles. She likes to play in them. She likes to drink out of them. She is just a mud puppy. I'm going to see if I can walk around over here. Oh, I see a fair number of people walked right through it. Yeah, we come up kind of on top of a ridge here. There's Perryville Road. There's OSF. More or less headed south up above Perryville Road. I've never been back up in here before, so it's kind of a nice spot. I like going places I haven't been before. Not too many places at Rock Cut I can say that about. I think this open field here is what they call the North Hart Road grasslands or something on the map. Yeah, we're up above Terryville, maybe 20, 30 feet. I'm not sure what significance 832 has, but that trail seems to be headed back into there. This continues to head south along the west edge of the park, so I think that's where we're going to head. You can see traffic over there, so it's a pretty good bet that's Perryville Road, because that's where we're at. I see some interesting scat there. It's got a lot of fur in it. I'm guessing it's a coyote. Yeah, A36. This is kind of going back north and to the west a little. This is kind of headed south and a little east. We're still more or less following Perryville Road over to my right, although we're kind of angling into the park a little. A creek I didn't even know existed. Willie's going to go over there and investigate. Some erosion control mats somebody's put down. There's a dam of some sort. Willie's always in for a good creek. Not sure where to go from here. It just seems to stop in this creek. Well, this is interesting. I guess we go around this way and see. It existed, but not real deep. Willie walked right across it. Looks like the trail goes around this tree here. We'll see if we can pick it up and keep going. I think this mud is actually the trail. Picking it up back here. There's another creek here. Drainage ditch, I don't know. There's a concrete culvert there. Well, it's not concrete. I guess it's Willie's going to go down there and investigate. I wonder where this comes out. It's headed over towards Perryville. I wonder if this is the one that goes over by the horse camp. I don't know. There's another. I think this is the one that goes over by the horse camp. It's one we may have seen when we walked that way. There's another marker. This one says A37. We're gonna go straight up that hill. I made it up the hill. Now it's down back the hill. As hills go, they're not much of a hill. But I saw it up and down. And I'm old and fat. So it's a fair amount of work for me. The trail is turned to the east. You can see my shadow there. It's pretty much northeast. I see some kind of trail marker up there. Might be the marker to head towards the horse camping area. Hard to say. It's a gate out onto Hart Road. I'm going to just follow this trail, which follows Hart Road. Never been on it before. there's a trail we went on once before. It's the one I had to take my pack off to duck under the gate. Wouldn't have to do that here. There's kind of an auxiliary parking lot for the horse camping area. It's like somebody's in there. Probably just hiking like me. Hope they brought their dog. It'd be unfair to cheat the dog. This is just a way to get to this deer blind here. I don't think there's actually a trail coming out of it any farther, so at least I don't see one. See this old fence line here, an old snow fence. But I don't see a trail continuing to the east, so there's a little opening over there. Might have been that little opening we saw on the other trail. But it's headed in the wrong direction, so we're going to go back and walk on Hart Road up to the next gate. To the left of the little barricade there, it's the entrance to the horse camp. This is a trailhead we came out of, I think, the last time we were here. I think we're going to head this way. Never been on this trail. Been to the horse camp before. Pretty sure this trail actually kind of goes over to the horse camp. But we'll see. Yeah. A40 is the sign here inside the gate. They have a stop sign on the gate there. Guess they want the horses to stop. Yeah, maybe it's a staging area for the skiers. I don't know. I don't know if you can see them, but up towards the entrance to the horse camp, there's two turkeys. They're walking across the horse road there. Just the two of them. Oops, I think there's two little ones over off to the left. I can't tell whether they're turkeys or something just sitting there. Too bad we didn't bring Fran with her turkey call. She could call the turkeys. Not sure if... Woman keeps pulling on the leash. I don't know how much of the turkeys you can see, because I'm having a hard time seeing them in the viewfinder. And Woman keeps pulling. There are 5 male turkeys, or 5 adult turkeys, and I think I see one little turkey in the... Hard to tell from here. They're 100 yards away. There's some kind of bird. I can't quite make it out. There's a couple robins. The turkeys have decided to go back into the forest. They're right behind the picnic table there. We are here. Yes, we are. Oh, Willie is really pulling. Now we're going to go back out to the main trail there and then turn to the east and go back up to where we parked. Very exciting seeing the turkeys. Here's the trail, A1. Huh? I guess they started numbering them here. And this is the creek. Well, not the creek, but it is the creek we saw when we were back here the last time. Wonder if the tire is still there. We'll see. Probably. Not much of a incentive to go in there and clean up. Yeah, it's still there. Not much water going through the creek right now. I think this is the creek that comes out by the crossroads inside the park, where the road, the main north-south road, goes crosses the road that goes over to the campground. Just to the north of that, there's a creek. You can't really see it. It's pretty well hidden by vegetation. Here is A2, which heads back to the west. Never been on that one. Probably is the one that connects up with the horse trail if we'd have gone that way. These two appear to be on the trail map. We're going to take the one to the right. That's the one we went on before. And then we're going to more or less go back up to the power lines and then head back. We're going to see if we can get up on the east edge of the tree line though this time. See if it's still blocked by that tree that was there 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. Haven't been there since. Pretty good sized footprints there. Had to resort to taking pictures and video with my cell phone. I used up the memory in the camera, so whatever. And the only easy way to do it is with 15 seconds at a time. I suppose I could change it to the other way, but I keep forgetting how. And it always goes back to the 15-second one. Wish I had some memory left in the camera, but maybe the cell phone will pick it up. I'm guessing these are turkey tracks. Turkeys walked on this road. Look at that. Turkeys. They walked all along this road. Looks like at least, might only been one. Looks like maybe 2, because there's a couple places where they walked on top of each other. They're getting in front of the tree line. There's another one of those piles of straw where they have deer hunting. Off to the right is a fork that goes back. Used to be able to follow underneath these power lines all the way to the main road, but no longer. You can maybe see a car out there. That's the main road. Actually, it's a truck pulling a boat. The tree is still there, but I think the path is open now. We'll give it a shot. Better than walking up that way. Looks like other people have. I think I figured out how to get it into the video mode where it will take more than 15 seconds at a time. We turned out to the path that goes around the pond. I don't know if you can hear them in the background, but there's a lot of frogs. Lots of frogs. There's somebody out on the road. Probably not the greatest video, but you never know. They'll be famous. Here's the bridge across the pond. Listen carefully for all the frogs.